I squeezed 23 women around a table of 10. Note cards were being passed, timers were going off, and nobody wanted to leave. What started as a dinner became a movement, and it started with one design choice that I made in my Los Angeles home, and I want to share it with you today. If you're new here, welcome. This is part of my Intentional Design weekly series, where I'm releasing a new chapter of my book every week leading up to the launch in the fall of 2026. Last week, we talked about objects as symbols, the specific physical things you place in your home to call in your future. This week, we're going one level deeper. What happens when your home stops being just about you and it becomes a catalyst for building community? I'm Natasha Antonioni, a luxury designer here in Austin, Texas, and a realtor with the Council Real Estate Group. I've spent years walking into people's homes and watching the same pattern. Beautifully designed homes that are somehow closed. They're not designed to draw people in. They're designed to impress. And there's a big difference. Back in LA, I had 2 hair salons, one in Brentwood and one in Santa Monica. I spent years listening to women who had everything and who sounded amazing on paper. Successful careers, beautiful homes, healthy families, full calendars. And every single one of them told me the same thing. They kind of felt like a yearning, like people really didn't know who they were. I felt it too. It was like a funny thing in LA, like women didn't seem to talk about the businesses that they were up to. And I craved more as an entrepreneur at the time. So I started something called the Ladies' Dinner. I'd invite 5 or 10 women over, women that I genuinely admired, not just for what they built, but for how they moved in the world. I designed the table intentionally. Note cards with 3 questions. Who are you? Where are you going? And how can we help? There were timers, so everybody got an equal space to speak. Each woman brought a dish from her own table, so it was literally a mix of everyone's story. What started out as 5 women grew to over 100 women in a very short time. Business deals happened, real friendships were formed. But more than anything, women found a place where they could take off the mask. And all of it started with a table that I set up on purpose. When my husband Dario and I moved to Austin, something shifted. Our Cuernavaca neighborhood welcomed us with warm cookies at our door and multiple invites to Thanksgiving because they were so worried that we didn't have family here. Nobody led with what they did for work. It was such an exhale after living in LA. The neighborhood gatherings were warm and wonderful, but I started craving something more again. So I did what I know how to do. I designed for it. I chose 6 women that I deeply admired and invited them to what became Ladies' Dinner 2.0. They'd all met at our house over the years, but they hadn't formed their own bonds. I knew they would love each other if they had a chance and were given the space to really get known by each other. We rotated hosting. Everyone would bring a dish. Round robin check-ins. This time there was no agenda. No performance. Some nights one woman might need the attention of the whole evening, and other nights we would do a simple round robin check-in. This is what I want you to hear. The community didn't happen by accident. It was built over time. The table, the ritual, the rotation, it was all set up on purpose. Here's what I see in homes all the time, both as a luxury realtor and a designer in Austin. Many homes are optimized for visual beauty, but they're not optimized for connection. The furniture might be angled away from conversation or spread out too far. The dining table is a room that nobody uses. The kitchen island is cluttered and doesn't lead to long, lingering conversations. The spaces exist, but they don't invite. In chapter 5 of the book, I call these connection points, specific intentional areas of your home designed to draw people in and slow them down. It might be the dinner table where you ask a specific question before anyone has time to pick up their phone and engage your audience, your family, the members that you're sitting at that table with. It might be a simple reading nook that you and your daughter sit in at the morning and have coffee and a slow, easy morning together. It might be a kitchen island that is clear and stocked and ready for conversations that you didn't plan. Amanda and Jordan, dear clients of mine and dear, dear friends. They have a stunning home in Santa Cruz surrounded by redwoods with a distant ocean view. They built their entire living room around what they called their connection area, a custom wooden commitment wheel inscribed with the values of their marriage, the vows that they shared with each other at their small wedding. It sits on a console just outside that space, a space they have to walk past to get to their bedroom multiple times a day. Every morning tea, every evening wine. They watch the sunset from the same chairs on purpose. Their marriage commitments are built into the architecture of their home. Science backs this up, actually. Dan Butler's research on the blue zones, the places where people consistently live past 100 years old, shows that deep social connection isn't optional. In every longevity culture, from Okinawa to Sardinia to Costa Rica, community is infrastructure. Not a nice to have, it's infrastructure. Your home can either support that or quietly work against it. One of the most powerful things I've seen someone do that didn't cost a lot of money. One of our ladies from our ladies' dinner, she ordered Mix Tiles, which is a site that allows you to create these really simple images with a sticky back. So you can just stick them right on your wall. Our friend Tracy, her first time hosting the ladies' dinner here in Austin, we all gathered around her wall of Mix Tiles and got to look and enjoy the beauty and the moments of her life, from their wedding to the little boys that were now teenagers. We got to see it all. That wall became a conversation. It became a mirror of Tracy's life. It became community. You don't have to spend a lot to design for connection. You just have to be intentional about it. Your homework this week. Walk through your home and find one place that has the potential to become a connection point, not a renovation. One intentional shift. Clear the island, set the table before anyone is coming, put out the chairs on the porch, make the space say, come in, sit down, stay. New chapter next week. We've been moving from ritual to symbols to connection. Next, we go into beauty as a daily practice. How the things we see every day either lift you or they drain you, and how to shift that on purpose. New videos every week until the fall of 2026, when I will launch my book on intentional design. I'm so excited to share it with you. Subscribe so you don't miss a chapter. And tell me in the comments, what's one space in your home that you want to design for connection?